Well, if you wish to consider for a moment, I will take the point from the member from the DRC. The honourable member from DRC, you have the floor.
Thank you once again for giving the floor. We had two questions. The first one was discussed thoroughly by many honorables here. So I would like maybe to continue by saying that the person who is going slowly, surely moving forward. And this means that we should not consider 3 months as a deadline or 1 year as a deadline. It's a deadline that should enable us to reach to the result that we are expecting. And concerning the different changes, it doesn't concern only the parliament, but it is a concern president of the and of course he also facing different challenges. He also has to see whether he will be able to take up all this responsibility. So it requires some time. I would like to just tell every colleague here to be a bit patient in order for us to move on like quietly but surely. Concerning the second question, how did we manage to ensure a quick growth when it comes to the representation of women in our country? According to our constitution, in its 14th article, we underscored the importance of the women and men parity, gender parity. So therefore, I think that what has been done so far is to give the chance and the same opportunity in such a way that even during the registration and when we observe or we look at the number of women, you realize that we have about 50% of women. These women have to be exempted from giving advances in order to enable them to avoid difficult situations that they never faced before. And those are some of the provisions that we have been taking, and this is the response and reply that I would like to give to our honorable from Tanzania who asked the question. Thank you, Mr. President.
Honourable member, who does the member from Zimbabwe?
Sorry, we just want to understand the rationale of the question. The honourable member is here, is just explaining. on Foreign Affairs and International Trade. This committee is responsible for tracing all protocols or international agreements that have been signed by our ministers or by our president in terms of Section 327 of our Constitution. And this committee draws up a list of which protocols have been implemented in terms of domestication, which ones have not, and they report to the House accordingly. And if there are any gaps that need to be sorted out, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade does appear before that committee to explain why certain protocols have not been ratified in the House. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We have reached the end of the question on the country reports, and I will now put the question that the country reports be adopted. Are there any objections? If there are no objections, the country reports are duly adopted. Thank you. Do we have time for the next? Honorable members, in attempting to direct our time management prudently and carefully, I will now propose that we break for lunch and we will resume at 1500. Please, may I ask you to be prompt in coming back so that we may resume in time. We will rise and adjourn until 1300.